My name is Janusz. I'm coming from Poland. My background is a ballet background. I've been studying in ballet school for several years, and that was my first skill, major. But I wasn't really interested in doing that as a career. So I left to move to Linz for a couple of years and studied contemporary dance and dance pedagogy. To have musicians in the group, obviously, it's very inspiring. At the same time, having somebody who's got more background or better experience in acting, that also helps, because you just take from people. You just get, I wouldn't say inspired, but sort of you learn rather than being inspired. You really learn a lot, I guess. And also having a 12-year-old in the piece, I think, is also quite interesting to see. Actually, trying to see myself when I was 12 years old and I was performing, and how disciplined I was or how disciplined I wasn't. So that's also something interesting. We've met in Linz. Charlotte came to Linz to make 2 pieces for postgraduate company I was dancing with. So she came in autumn, then she came back in summer, and we got got along, I suppose, and I really enjoyed the work she did for the company, and I sort of thought, like, this is something I'm really interested in doing, like a blend of music, acting and singing and dancing, a proper, you might say, dance theatre. In terms of the work, I really found it interesting that it is really it's sort of on a human level. It's just true. You might say truthful, or not necessarily real, but there is something like, I might, this is my thing, and somebody might relate to it, and that kind of approach, I found it really interesting. And there are certain characters, some of us who have a sort of clear through line, and you might call it the piece is it has narrative, but at the same time, because it's a 2 hour of on and off, coming on, doing a scene, coming off, it's to me it's just like a collection of vignettes which they don't necessarily fit to each other, and you might make a story of me sitting down on the box sewing my trousers, then putting dress on and high heels and do a routine, and you might make a connection of sewing my dress or do something with it, but at the same time, that particular scene with me sitting down sewing the trousers came from one of the improvisations when we've been asked about our dads and granddads and our memories. So my role, I don't want to say I'm my granddad. At the same time, I don't want to say I'm a transgender, because I'm not. Maybe the hardest job for me was the fact of it that it's a 2 hour long piece, and sometimes the pace of it is, put it in brackets, slow or slow paced, and of course there is this thought on the back of my head that people might start to leave, which happens, or somebody might not, people need an interval in between, or so there is this kind of fear of me not holding on to my guts and the thing what I really need to do here. Many people say it left them thinking for another couple of hours, and the question for me, and I ask whenever we have a chance and somebody comes and talks to you after the show, my question is what actually you thinking about after it, and they can't say, or they're not able to say, or they're trying to find the words, but they can't really verbalize it. Being a mother, being a woman, being childless, or infertile, or whatever, every possible topic connected with with women and with mothers, or being a woman. They are there and they're very visible, very much. But above all, I think it's about really kind of getting your hands dirty and dealing with the shit you're actually dealing every day. So I think that to me is Motherland. It's less about I would say yes, it's about women, but it's about the stuff you're actually dealing with every day. No, I think because of, when we start doing it, I was afraid that actually how interested I am in feminism or in the or women in the sense Charlotte was talking about, the being sort of very kind of Charlotte being very verbal about it and very kind of as the publicity text is sticking up the middle finger. She's doing a great job in that, standing up for women and how what their problem might be, and that is not necessarily what interests me really, to be honest. Like feminism, I don't really care, I would say, but there are certain other things in the themes in the piece which they appear, which not necessarily deal with the actual female women problems in the broad sense. So yeah, I think I don't want to sound ignorant, but everything which doesn't necessarily relate to feminism and women interests me more in that particular production. So to me, the looking thing is something about searching for connection, or making a simple eye contact, making a nice, you just smile to people. It's just like, here I am. And I really enjoy that, because in many performances, in many dance productions, you just see a lot of dancers not necessarily making a connection with the audience. And this one is particularly obvious. You just come in straight away, the lights go on, the music starts, and then that's what happens. It's about growth and making something alive. And green as a color in the piece, the only, apart from black, white and red, there was only green from broad palette of colors, and that is a very intense color. So yeah, I think it's about growing something and making it alive.